Welcome back, Patriots. Welcome back to Sons of Liberty 1773. I'm your host, Bill Bailey. Today is December 13th, 2023, year of our Lord. Well, some great news, Patriots. It does indeed appear that the House Republicans have the votes to pass the impeachment inquiry. And I'm going to share what exactly the impeachment inquiry is. But first, listen to this.
Mr. Speaker, do you think that you'll have all Republicans to vote for the impeachment inquiry today?
I think it's going to pass. We're going right up here. That's all I'm going to say about it right now.
Do you think Hunter Biden should have shown up today?
I certainly do.
Do you think he should be deposed again?
You've got the votes, Molly.
Chad Program thinks so too. So that's two folks that seem to have some inside knowledge. Right, exactly. So it looks like a strong possibility.
So they got the votes. Look, they wouldn't be, they know all the votes, before they go into session because they don't want to look like fools. So they have the votes. Impeachment inquiry is going to begin into Joseph Robin, not heavy on the robbing, Biden and the Biden crime family. The House put out a video explainer of what exactly an impeachment inquiry is. Let's have a listen. Here it is.
Action. Family gets money, and politicians take steps to hide it. A tale as old as time. And that's the tale we face today with President Joe Biden.
Oh, son of a...
Over the last several months, the Judiciary, Oversight, and the Ways and Means Committee have uncovered evidence of Biden family influence peddling scheme. The evidence includes $15 million in payments to the Biden family, $240,000 in payments directly to Joe Biden, and a threatening WhatsApp message sent by Hunter Biden to a Chinese executive. You have this evidence on top of four key facts that have not changed. 1. Hunter Biden was on the board of Burisma. 2. Hunter was not qualified to be on the board of Burisma. 3. The executives at Burisma asked Hunter to help them with the pressure they're under. 4. Joe Biden goes to Ukraine, gives a speech attacking the prosecutor, which starts the process of getting him fired. These facts haven't changed, and evidence across the investigation continues to grow. Where there's smoke, there's fire. That's why the Judiciary Committee, along with the other two committees, began this impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. Now, you might be asking yourself, what's an impeachment inquiry? An impeachment inquiry is a phase of congressional investigation. In an inquiry, we examine the available evidence, request documents, conduct interviews, and determine the grounds for articles of impeachment. In practice, the inquiry bolsters our ability to compel testimony and the documents necessary to conduct our investigation. The goal of our impeachment inquiry is to get answers to four key questions. Question number 1, did Joe Biden take action or change policy because of benefits received by him or his family from foreign interests? Our investigation thus far has uncovered payments that went to members of the Biden family, happened during Joe Biden's presidency, originated from countries where then Vice President Biden played an official role, and were layering through complicated payment schemes. The Oversight Committee has identified over 20 different companies used in some cases that appear to have been created for the sole purpose of serving as pass-through entities. We will continue to investigate whether this money paid to the Biden family had an impact on Biden's conduct as president or vice president of the United States, as well as the bribery allegation in the FBI FD 1023 form, the circumstances around the $200,000 so-called loan repayment, and the $40,000 check from laundered Chinese money. Question number 2. Did Joe Biden abuse his office by providing foreign interests with access to him and his office in exchange for payments to him or his family? In 2014, Joe Biden dined with a Russian oligarch who, around the time of the dinner, wired $3.5 million to one of Hunter Biden's businesses. It's important to note that this oligarch was absent on Biden's sanction list.
Yeah, severe economic sanctions on Putin and all those folks around him.
Additionally, a Biden family associate testified that he was personally aware of at least 20 times President Biden spoke on speakerphone with Hunter Biden's foreign business associates. We will investigate whether these foreign interests were given access to Joe Biden because of payments made to his family or to him. Question 3. Did Joe Biden participate in a scheme to enrich himself or his family by giving foreign interests the impression that they would receive access to him in exchange for payments to him or his family, despite Joe's insistence?
I've never spoken to my son about Joe's
The exact opposite is unfortunately true. Evidence shows then Vice President Biden spoke and dined with Hunter Biden's foreign business associates. Hunter even alleged his father was in the room when he demanded payment from a Chinese business associate. We will examine if and to what degree Joe Biden engaged in this scheme. The last question and final point of judiciary's part in the impeachment inquiry. Did Joe Biden impede, obstruct, or hinder the investigation into Hunter Biden? Here's what we know. The Biden DOJ slow-walked the investigation into Hunter Biden. The DOJ let the statute of limitations lapse for tax years 2014 and 2015, the years with income from Burisma. Hunter's legal team was tipped off about an impending search on his storage unit. The DOJ didn't allow investigators to take steps that would lead to Joe. The DOJ then puts together a sweetheart deal so they can sweep the whole thing under the rug. But thanks to 2 courageous whistleblowers and a judge in Delaware, the deal falls apart.
The deal began to unravel when the judge asked if it gave Hunter Biden broad immunity for other possible crimes, including in his foreign business dealings in Ukraine and China.
All signs point to interference from the highest levels of the Biden administration, where Biden appointees and Attorney General Garland orchestrating the plea deal and the investigation to protect Joe. The inquiry phase of our investigation enables us to examine the necessary information to not only answer these questions, but helps us determine the grounds for articles of impeachment.
About 2 hours ago, James Comer took to the floor as they get ready to, which will be later today, cast their votes on the impeachment inquiry. Here's what he had to say.
As for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Cole. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to support House Resolution 918. Joe Biden has repeatedly lied to the American people about his family's corrupt influence peddling schemes. He told the American people he never spoke to his son about his family's business dealings. He claimed there was an absolute wall between his official government duties as vice president and his family. He said his family never made money from China. All of these are blatant lies. Our investigation has revealed how Joe Biden knew of, participated in, and benefited from his family cashing in on the Biden name around the world. Since January, we have learned some of the following. The Bidens created 20 shell companies, most of which were created while Joe Biden was vice president. The Bidens and their associates then raked in over $24 million through these shell companies from China, Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Romania between 2014 and 2019. At least 10 members of the Biden family have benefited or participated in these schemes. The Bidens layered these payments through their bank accounts to hide the sources of the money. The banks even flagged many of these transactions in more than 150 suspicious activity reports to the Treasury Department. One bank investigator was so concerned about Hunter Biden's financial transactions with a Chinese company that he wanted to reevaluate the bank's relationship with him. He noted that his transactions served, and I quote, no current business purpose, end quote. That's what I call a shell company. According to Devin Archer, a Biden family associate, Joe Biden was the brand of the business. The brand showed up. Joe Biden spoke to his son's associates by speakerphone over 20 times, dined with foreign oligarchs and a Burisma executive, and had coffee with his son's Chinese associate, all when he was vice president. Weeks after Joe Biden left the vice presidency, money from this Chinese Communist Party-linked entity began to make its way to the bank accounts of several Biden family members. Based on one Biden associate's interview with the FBI, these payments were sent to the Bidens as a, quote, Thank you. Ask any Justice Department public corruption investigator about the importance of payments received after one leaves public office. It's a hallmark of corruption. We are now at a pivotal moment in our investigation. We will soon depose and interview several members of the Biden family and their associates about these influence peddling schemes. But we are facing obstruction from the White House. The White House is seeking to block key testimony from current and former White House staff. It's also withholding thousands of records from Joe Biden's time as vice president.
Gentleman's time has
President
expired.
Biden must be held accountable for his lies, corruption, and obstruction. I urge my colleagues to support this important and necessary resolution. I yield back.
So this is great news, folks. We'll wait and see the vote. I mean, I'm 99.9% positive it's going to pass, and this will officially launch the impeachment of Joe Biden, the most criminal, corrupt president in the history of America. And if you're wondering what the Constitution says on impeachment, you can read it in Article 2, Section 4. It says the president, vice president, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for the conviction of treason. I think Joe's actually guilty of that. Bribery, this is the one they're going after, or other high crimes and misdemeanors. A lot of stuff going on. I'm going to make 2 or 3 videos today. Try to watch them all. That'll follow this one. Some good things happening. I mean, the winds of change are in our favor. I think God is listening to our prayers, and he's healing this land. I can't tell you how many times I've prayed that God's justice will sweep across America through the Supreme Court, through all the every courtroom in America, through Congress, and through all the legislatures, and that we get rid of this injustice that's just destroying this country. We need to hold people responsible. I was watching for a little bit Joaquin Jeffries come up and had his little chart and said, this is nothing but a political witch hunt against Joe Biden, who's did nothing wrong. No, that's actually what you guys did to Donald Trump twice. Trump did nothing wrong. Trump's kids are wonderful. They're not smoking crack or on making home porno videos. They are a corrupt, evil family, the Biden regime, and I think justice is coming, my friends. We're going to find out right soon enough. But and not only that, the votes are going to be on record, right? Any Republican that doesn't vote for this, we got to primary them and get rid of them and make sure that this is the death blow to their future campaigns and that they're never reelected again. So keep the faith, keep praying and keep prepping. May God bless this great country, and may the good Lord keep you and your family safe. I'll see you in the next video. Sons of Liberty out.